Am I overreacting? My boyfriend slept with a guy. So, I'm 24F and my boyfriend, 25M, have been together for almost 6 months now, but it's kinda complicated. We actually dated when we were younger, broke up, but stayed in contact, always with this almost but not quite relationship vibe. Fast forward to now, and bam, we're officially dating again. Then the bomb dropped. I found out, not from him mind you but from the guy himself, that my boyfriend got drunk a month ago and hooked up with him. Cue my entire world tilting on its axis. It's not even the cheating part that's messing with me the most, though that definitely stings. It's the fact that he never told me, and that he's apparently not as straight as he led me to believe. I confronted him, and he admitted he enjoyed it and even had feelings for the guy at the time, though he claims those feelings are gone now. I suggested maybe he needs to explore his sexuality, even offered a break so he could figure things out. I have even offered an open relationship. But he's adamant he wants me, that he's terrified of losing me, and that he doesn't want an open relationship because he just wants me. He's cut off all contact with the guy and is trying really hard to make it up to me. But honestly, I don't know if I can trust him. He lied about being straight, made me believe everything was okay. Although when I did confront him, he has been honest and has been honest about all my questions I have asked him. He swears it won't happen again, that he wants a future with me, but I'm just so confused. Should I stay and try to work through this, or is it time to walk away? This whole situation is eating me alive, and I could really use some outside perspective. What would you do? I want to be supportive, but I also want my relationship back before I found out he cheated. You're running a full-service rehabilitation program for a cheater who discovered his sexuality on your time and dime. Stop being his personal growth consultant and relationship repair specialist. You're 6 months in, not 6 years. He's not confused about his sexuality. He's confused about basic fidelity. He's cutting contact and trying hard because he got caught, not because he developed morals overnight. Fear-based reform rarely produces lasting results. Walk away before you waste more time trying to build a relationship with someone who fundamentally isn't who he pretended to be. Also, cheaters always forget that they are a vector for STDs and they put you at a higher risk. Get out now. The CDC published a report that bisexual men were over 100 times more likely to spread syphilis as well as other STIs. Run and don't look back. He is not done exploring his likes, and you will be the fodder left behind while he cheats again. This is still new. Just break it off and let him do his thing single. Do not stay with him. Heopi. When I was 25 and my then BF was 26, this was over 20 years ago, something very similar happened to me. Let me tell you my tale as a warning so that you break up now and save yourself heartache, instead of what I did. We'd been together about 6 months. His mum was coming to take us out for dinner, and he had been really lazy and panicked close to the time we were meant to meet her. As he got into the shower, he handed me his cell, Nokia, and begged me to text his mum back if she called or text that we were 5 minutes away. Text came through. It was not his mum. It said something like, "Hey there, username. This is Nikki from dating site. When are you free to meet up?" Winky face. My stomach dropped and I nearly fainted. I was shaking. My BF got out of the shower and asked, "Did mum get in touch, baby?" And then he stopped cold when he saw my face. I showed the text to him and shouted, "Who TF is Nikki?" He sunk to sit on the stairs, his head in his hands. He couldn't look me in the eye and didn't answer. I grabbed my things and went to a mutual friend's to stay. I went into detective mode and looked up my BF's profile on the dating site. He was wearing women's lingerie and clearly advertising himself as a bottom. Nikki was a man. I went back to my BF's to see him the next day. He looked haggard and like he'd been crying. I told him I knew Nikki was a man and asked why he didn't tell me he's bi when I told him I was. He just kept saying "I don't know" to all my questions. I was a naive moron. I told him I didn't mind if he also wanted to hook up with men and be with me as long as he used protection and got tested regularly, and I had the same deal with women, but neither of us hooked up in any way with someone of the opposite gender. And He never lied again and always gave me a heads up so I could arrange my own plans if he went with a guy. And he agreed to try spicy things with me sometimes too. Those were the rules. They should have been my boundaries, but again I was naive and an idiot. He was so happy. He enthusiastically agreed and said things like he didn't deserve me. Red flag also, he was spot on. And how in love with me he was, yada yada. I think he went out once under those rules and I ended up at home crying. I should have known at that stage it wasn't gonna work for me. Sigh. Almost a later, something felt off and I straight up asked him if he was back on the dating site. He admitted he was, and this time got snippy that I was upset he hadn't told me because we'd agreed to the terms. He literally said to me, "But it wasn't as thrilling when you knew and gave permission. Part of the kink is breaking the rules. When has a cheater ever been so honest?" You know what I did then? I fucking married him 2 months later. We were together all up about 7 years. He kept breaking our terms, so eventually so did I. I hated myself and felt gross. Revenge cheating is empty AF. I finally ended things after we had been long distance for months for his work experience. And when we reunited and he wouldn't touch me, I brought special sexy lingerie and was the fittest I had ever been in my life. I looked drop-dead gorgeous. After almost 2 weeks, we were at a festival and I got really drunk. I tried to seduce him and he spat. "You're disgusting and you look ridiculous, it's embarrassing." Then I found photos of him wearing the lingerie I bought especially to wear for him on that fucking dating site. He even had on my stilettos. And he had sent those photos to this Filipino trans woman he'd obviously hooked up with. He was mystified why I ended things, despite me laying it all out clearly for him. Now, nearly 15 years later, I hear he's living overseas and he's E&M/poly. Good for him. It took me years of therapy and another devastating LTR to heal and learn my boundaries. Please break up with your BF. Do what I should have done 6 months into that awful relationship. Heck, you may be able to have him as a friend at some stage if you get out now. P.S. I've been in the healthiest relationship of my life the last 2 years. I just wish I had respected my own boundaries and put myself and my well-being first years ago. So many cases like this and I have my own very similar one. There's nothing wrong with consensual poly with honesty, but anybody who behaves like that, sneaking and cheating before poly is established, is the least suited for poly. They won't magically start respecting you and communicating because you gave them breathing room, and don't shame them for their kinks like we want to believe. The respect and trust has to be there for poly to function. These people don't want poly or open relationships, they just want zero accountability. Holy shit, this could be almost exactly my story. This is the answer. You're going to literally drive yourself crazy trying to catch him over and over for the life of your relationship. You'll relax boundary after boundary in the effort to be the good, understanding partner. You'll catch him red-handed and he'll lie right to your face, and get mad at you for questioning him. He will not stop this. When you leave, he will repeat this pattern in every subsequent relationship. If you have children with him, they will watch him burn down relationship after relationship. This isn't even touching on the very real risks that an addictive personality, combined with the types of substances that can be prevalent in that hookup community, can lead to substance abuse and addiction, the health and financial repercussions of which can ruin your life. Thank you for sharing your story. It has definitely opened my eyes and showed me that a lot of what you and your past person was doing is what me and him have been kinda talking about. But today I went to talk to him and he brought up wanting to get married, which shocked me. I think he just wants to because he doesn't want to lose me, but I don't think I can put myself through that. I am also so sorry that this happened to you, and I am so happy you are in a happy relationship now. If you don't mind me asking, how long did you take a break from dating? The real issue here is that he cheated and that he lied. If you don't feel that you can trust him, then it's better to end the relationship, because over time you're likely to have feelings of mistrust and/or resentment, which is not a healthy state for either of you. You've only been together 6 months and this is your second attempt at a relationship with him. There's reasons you two didn't work the first time, and he's just given good cause for it not to work this time round. It'll hurt, but you deserve better than someone who cannot honestly commit to you. I think the sexuality has nothing to do with it. He cheated on you. That's what you need to be mad about. And I would leave if it were me, as someone who has also been cheated on before. Clearly there was a reason it was not working between you over time. And perhaps that reason is trust. He broke your trust. He cheated and he lied. Can you be in a relationship with someone who says one thing and does another? The rest of your life. That kind of mistrust eats away at you over the years. It's not something easily defeated, and it takes time and therapy. Are you ready to do that work? Is he? So your boyfriend cheated on you 5 months into your relationship. You are either okay with cheating or you're not. Kind of sounds like maybe you are, since you offered him an open relationship. Unless that was just a test to see what he would do. It seems like cheating isn't your concern, but the fact that it was with another man. Whether that bothers you more than if he had cheated with a woman is totally up to you to decide. But if your intent with that open relationship is that he can sleep with other men only, I think that's doomed to failure. If he's freely sleeping with other men outside of your relationship, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to be sleeping with other women as well. Is it cheating with a woman if there's another guy there as well? These are the kinds of things that he may start to wonder. No. If he's gay, then it doesn't matter if he stopped talking to that guy. There's going to be another guy down the road, when situation and circumstances allow, that he will run into and he will have his eyes on until he gets what he wants. If he's bi, being bi wouldn't stop him from being committed. However, he obviously has not fully discovered his sexuality yet, and most importantly, he cheated. This shows a flaw in his character, and it's less about his sexuality. Please value yourself and leave this guy. You weren't together 10 years with kids. You were together 6 months. You're also very young. You don't owe him anything, you don't have strong ties to him. Just stop and think about what you're doing. You would be stopping and settling for someone who lies to you, rather than just finding someone who won't lie to you. Sleeping with someone 6 months in when the relationship wasn't open is a pretty big offense you shouldn't tolerate. For exposing my husband is cheating with his first cousin. I'm female 40, have been suspicious since last October about how close my husband, male 43, and his first cousin, female 24, have become. I am frequently away abroad for work, and they always manage to ensure they spend as much time with one another alone, despite living in different countries. She often sends weeks and weeks at our house, and he spends all his money on funding their time together as she is unable to hold down a job, yet disappears as soon as I arrive back in the country. They spend every waking hour messaging and video calling each other. Often my husband tries his hardest to hide their communication frequency. I voiced my concerns multiple times and got gaslight into thinking I was sick and crazy for even thinking this. However, I was made aware that his mom also had worries about how close they had become, though she never spoke to me about this or step in at any point to put a stop to any potential inappropriateness. Since summer last year, our marriage has deteriorated to a point where emotional, financial and physical abuse now lives, and I am prepared to immediately leave him regardless of this possible inappropriate relationship with his cousin. I cannot live in such a dangerous and cruel marriage. However, as I prepared my exit strategy, this needs to be planned carefully as we live in his country and not mine, and I am not fluent in his language. I had the opportunity to check his phone, something I had never done before, but my gut instinct told me to look. I found a lot of inappropriate communication between them, planning how they will next be together, discussing my next dates I will be out of the country, and making sexual references. There is now no doubt that my gut instinct was correct all along. I took photos of all their communication. I have a flight plan to leave permanently coming up, and I plan on leaving behind a farewell gift to them by sending all his family members the photos to expose their disgusting behavior. Why his country is against cousins and sexual relations is acceptable, so this will likely blow up his whole life. Am I doing the right thing by sharing the knowledge with his family? I always cared for his family, but I will never see them again regardless, as I am already leaving for good. Do I go out with a bang and expose my lying, disgusting, abusive husband? He earned no respect by giving no respect. Let them wallow in their shame. The 19 years age difference would be enough for me to do it. Go ahead and tell them. Let the family know that your husband has obviously been grooming this person for a very long time too. Enjoy your new life, you deserve it. Yes, expose it. The age gap is one concerning sign that he groomed her. You're not exposing it to get even. You're exposing it so her family can help her if she needs it. Also a little bit of revenge, NGL. Cheaters don't deserve protection. Also, with an age gap like theirs, she's potentially at risk for abuse herself. He may have groomed her from a young age. I'm glad you're taking immediate action in getting out of this relationship. I would not block him just yet. I wouldn't answer any communication, but I would document everything. You never know if you might want whatever might be directed to you in the future. My college boyfriend cheated on me with his first cousin. Nobody believed me because they obviously hid it and denied it. Update: I arrived safely to my home country. I am waiting until next week to reveal as it's my Emil birthday and I don't want to ruin her plans. I have read all your comments and debated non-stop. I know there will be backlash, shoot the messenger. But I don't know a single person who would walk away and say nothing like a mouse. Yes, I'm hurting, but he's a monster and it's time everyone sees that. I have protected him for long enough. He will now have to sleep in the bed he made. Absolutely. Just make sure you're sitting on the tarmac when you hit send. The age difference is appalling considering she's his cousin. I think this is one-sided abuse, probably after a period of grooming on his part. I don't think you should blow up her life as she seems to be a victim here. Yes. Is there a way to do that? Wait. You are leaving the country. It would be so rude and inconsiderate to not let the family know why you left your husband. Do you think your husband would tell them, truthfully? It seems you are upset that your husband is sleeping with his cousin, more so than being upset he is cheating and spending family resources on his mistress. So, if his affair partner wasn't his cousin, would you be okay with his cheating behavior? I sent his family the proof. They now fully understand my decision to leave and are very supportive of me. Grateful that I showed them the truth. Now it's time to focus on myself and heal. Thank you everyone. I'm not sure if it's the best thing to do in that situation, but it's not an a-hole move. At the very least, share what you know with his mom. Make sure you keep a copy of everything. You may need it in the future. You will be the AH in everyone's eyes. You will hurt his family who doesn't deserve it. No reason to poison the well when you plan on leaving.